So tell me more about the album.
Yeah,
What's
so
it all about, and what inspired you to write it?
yeah, so Believe is the new album, and all the songs came about from different circumstances. Some of them I'd had before we put the band together, and we kind of worked them out, pulled together the arrangements for this stuff, and others were kind of fresh ideas that we would kick around at practice, and then I'd go home and sit at a piano, figure this thing out, write a progression around this idea, a melody to that. So some of the songs were organic. They were all organic, I guess. But some were more or less premeditated, I guess. Some of them just sort of happened. Others like, okay, I'm gonna work this idea and get a thing.
And you can just put lyrics on it.
Yeah, exactly. And Believe was one of the organic ones. Believe it. I was sitting in a shitbox apartment in Aix-en-Provence, France, listening to James Brown and some other stuff. And I'll Go Crazy came on, Live at the Apollo version. And I'm listening to it like, ooh, that's ill. Like, it's such an ill progression in the melody, and like, what if I slowed it down? And that's basically all Believe is. I just kind of slowed it down and felt the vibe for the syllables, and the words just sort of came out. Happened. I took it down to Powell Street to just bust a bunch of tunes one day and work some stuff out. I don't know what I'm singing on this, but I'm just gonna sing. If you believe, believe in me, like I believe in you. Well, there's nothing we can't do. Love takes two to get along. Woo! I'll say it again.
Yeah.
If you believe.
That's how it
And that's how it. Yeah, that's how it evolved. But then like Sorrow Creeping In, the next song. That was Nick Fishman, our first drummer, and that's who played drums on this album before he moved to Houston. Nick had this idea of doing kind of a T-Bone Walker thing, like early blues, and he played me this one song. It's got this beat, and it's this hard-ass beat. For the 1940s, it's hard, man. And he plays the thing. He played it verbatim. All right. And I just started playing this riff that, in my mind, that's kind of a Black Keys-y, Dan Arbach-y sounding thing, befitting to this vibe. Oh. And I'm just singing some stuff, some phrases, no words, but da 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 da. And when I feel the sorrow creeping in, that's when I gotta go. Oh, whoa! I think I just said something there. And that's how a lot of these words, the words evolve from there. Yeah, I sing in tongues. The expression I picked up from a guy I used to work for, a guy named Chris Vincent. He runs his own ad agency in Santa Rosa, just north of here. Vincent Advertising, mom and pop ad agency, the biggest market share of the North Bay area, and it's just a one-man job. He runs it out of his home office. Incredible. And he hired me on, several times over the course of the last several years to do write jingles with him, co-write, engineer and produce recordings that we did, among other things. He had me be grip on a camera shoot. I'm like, grip, guys. Hold this. All right. Yeah. So, yeah, he kind of hit me this expression, this idea. This is how he writes songs. He'll wake up from a dream with his tape recorder by him, or now his phone, and he'll just kind of mumble, sing the melody and mumble some words. He called it, yeah, I sang that in tongues. And I'll work out the actual words later, but to get the idea down. But then sometimes I'll just sit and sing in tongues until I hear a word. Whoa, I do that too, but I never had a name for it.
You guys are possessed.
Yeah, he'd say, look, we're touched.
That's great.
Yeah.
And then once the words are applied to these sounds,
yeah.
Where do you get your inspiration?
So once I hit a phrase that I feel like, oh, that's a really good sounding phrase, then I'll kind of dissect the phrase conceptually. Like what does this phrase mean? And what's the range of meanings that it could have? And of that range of meanings, which one could tell a story that is the most sincere and genuine to me, from me? rather than I could write any number of songs about anything.
jingle.
Any jingle, yeah. But can I look you in the eye when I sing it?
Yeah,
That's
we have to be sold on that.
right.
Yeah.
And that's where this album and the one before, and everything I'm working on from this point on, pretty much from A Prayer for You on, everything I've written, everything that I've brought out publicly to perform as original composition, it's every one of these songs is something that I can look you in the eye and sing it and know that the words are something we could be having a conversation about, and I'm just speaking my truth to you, and no fronts, no pretense, no masking, no throwing no shade, like it's all out front, you know. A little closer, just a little closer. Yeah. How y'all doing? Yeah. It's great to see everybody. Yeah. Want to thank Snow Angel and Gabby Lala and the Love Dimension for being here doing awesome things and putting this on. Come on! Come on! Come on! Hey, all y'all at the bar, all y'all in the back, get on up here. Get on up here. Get your drinking on up here. I'm talking to you. I'm talking to you. If you ain't working, get on up here. Get on up here. That's what you're here for, man.
All right, Cookie baby, give him a little time.
I'm impatient, man. I can't help it.
What's going on after this? After tonight?
After tonight. So tomorrow, one of our photographers is coming tonight, Christopher Baldwin, who I live with at the convent. He's going to shoot a bluegrass festival up in Tahoe. So part of our arrangement was, okay, Chris, come to my show tonight, and then I'll drive you to Tahoe the next day. Like that. All right. So, but I've got a gig out in the Central Valley on Saturday, so it's not exactly on my way. I'm going to be in Lodi, taking him to Tahoe.
Oh yeah.
Back to Lodi, and then go pick him up on Sunday. Whatever. These are the bargains we strike for art.
That's good. And any future tours after this?
Yeah. So currently, I'm here in San Francisco for about the next 4 or 5 weeks. I think 5 more weeks, and then I'll hit the road again. While I'm here, while I'm staying at the convent, I have my mixing rig set up, and I'll be working on three personal projects, 3 things, 2 studio and 1 live. I've got basic tracks for a new studio album, which I started in Houston with Nick Fishman. When I was on tour the last couple months, I swung from Nashville to Houston around and around like 3 times, going through like Huntsville, Montgomery, New Orleans, Lafayette, San Marcos, and then back, and just kind of rotating, building the contacts and the opportunities in a variety of places, rather than concentrating on any one, where it could be a slag and a slog and a slug and got a thing this day and a couple days not doing a thing in it. I'd rather like do a thing, peace out of town, leave y'all wanting more, and come back in a few weeks after I've been here and there and everywhere and beyond. So I did that thing. I got a good photo shoot in Murfreesboro, Tennessee, with a guy named Kevin Wurm, W-U-R-M, and great shoot. I'm gonna start posting some of those photos after this show.
There's got to be a lot of cool landscapes out there.
Oh, it's brilliant.
Just for a photo shoot.
Yeah. Well, we did a studio shoot, actually.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I hadn't done a studio shoot in a while. And he's got his room, lives by himself, big old house. He's got 1 room dedicated. He's got the backdrops. Help me lift it up to the next level. Okay. You know, try not to step on it, it'll tear. Okay. I'm just gonna sit here on the stool, take my shirt off. And so I did that was cool. And then swinging through, I hit up Fishman down in Houston. I was like, hey man, A, can you get us any gigs there? Like, yeah, no problem. Cool. B, do you want to record some stuff? Yeah. So we went into his studio, and 3 times over the course of a month, I'd come through for a couple days, and we'd block out one night where we're just gonna go do that. And we ended up laying down about 11 or 12 drum tracks for some new material. Some songs that have been in the works or are pretty together, and other stuff that's kind of like, this is a rough concept, but I need to play it with someone, with Nick or someone to like get the groove, get the vibe. And then I can develop it back here in San Francisco at the convent, because I got the rig set up. So I'm going to be working on that stuff. Working on remixing, remastering the first album, because I got to get that reprinted soon. And yeah, working on the new Fishman tracks. I'm going to remix, remaster the first album, because I got to reissue that soon. And I've got live tracks from our most recent gig in Reno. So
that's another thing about your band, about you. You sound like you could be a really good live recording.
Oh, Dennis, you don't even know.
Oh my God.
Oh my God, it sounds humility.
I'm looking forward to buying it.
I like how it sounds.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
So that's something we're going to look forward to in the future.
Yes, that might be the next release, is this live album. I got to mix it where I'm happy with it. I have a few weeks to do that. So, I mean, it's great doing the live thing, mixing a live album, because I'm not going to do any overdubs to it. That's already like out of the picture, you know. It's all just focusing on the mix, you know, which, you know what I mean.
Yeah, yes, definitely.
It's a different for me, it's an entirely different approach to working on a record. I'm always used to like, yeah, mixing, I'm hearing this thing really needs to be there, plug the guitar in, put a mic, record that, mix that, you know. I'm very much into, and you might hear that on Believe, or certainly on the first album. There are a lot of layers, and the way I like to work in the studio, when I'm doing, you know, studio album or studio recordings, I like to exercise free rein, to let the imagination run wild and hear every possibility of what could be in this song. Throw everything and the kitchen sink at it. And then once all the ideas are out and every little space is kind of filled with something, then I start peeling back the layers of the onion. Is this really necessary? This kind of distracted me from that thing. That should be the main thing. This is too dense. Something needs to go away, open up some space. I start reopening the space. And what I tend to be left with are these sonic and textural pivot points that kind of undulate and move through the progression of the arrangement of the song. I always want it to build. You know, it doesn't necessarily have to do that every time, but at least by the end of the song, there are different things happening, different musical ideas being expressed and interwoven than the original stated theme at the beginning.
Wow, that's pretty good. Very creative, very creative. So
you know, I'm just winging this, right?
Yeah, yeah. There's a,
you know,
actually, he has a script on the
yeah, right. I got a teleprompter on the back of this phone.
Fall down.
blowing my mind, that's for sure. I'm gonna wrap it up right now.
Okay.
So, any last words to our
Yeah.
viewers?
Yeah, so to push it all forward, the long game right now is I'm here in the city, working on recording, launching this new album so that I feel that release, fly baby bird, and then I can clear my head, wipe the slate clean, as it will clear the deck, you know, and focus on getting the live album done for sure. Remixing the first album and working on the new material, definitely, but for sure finishing the live album, absolutely, before May. Because in May, I kick off on a new tour circuit. This is gonna hit you up, big. So.
Well, thank you very much.
Thank you,
Jeff.
guys. I really appreciate it. Did I answer all of your questions?
I think you pretty much did.
Okay, good.